All right, the next part of this is after you've done it on your own. So we're going to fill in the following genotypes into the correct category. So the homozygous ones are where we have two of the same letter. So that would be capital, capital, or a lowercase, lowercase. And then the heterozygous are where the uppercase is paired with the lowercase. Look at each example below, categorize one as genotype or phenotype. So the genotypes are like the way that the gene actually is arranged, the letter combination, and then the phenotype is physically what it looks like, okay? So those are the genotypes and phenotypes. Next, we have some traits in dogs. It says a dog has a genotype of lowercase e. What's its phenotype? Well, if it has two lowercase ears, it's going to have dropped ears. Dog has a genotype of capital W. What's the phenotype? Two capital W's would give us wiry fur. A dog has a genotype of uppercase B, lowercase b. What is her phenotype? As long as we have one uppercase B, which we do here, that would be brown eyes. Dog has homozygous stick-up ears. What is the genotype? So stick-up ears are right here. As long as it has one E, it's going to be stick-up ears, and homozygous would be two of the same, so that would be uppercase, uppercase. What's the genotype of a dog heterozygous for brown eyes? So heterozygous is the dominant with the recessive, so they would be a carrier for the recessive trait of blue eyes, which would be big little. But what genotype is possible for a dog with large ears? So there's two ways that you could be large ears, which is dominant, which is big L. So you can be homo or heterozygous, which are both the things that are highlighted for number 8 there. What genotype or genotypes is possible for a dog with straight fur? Straight fur is right here, lowercase c. So the only way that they're getting the recessive trait is if they have two of them. This a little bigger. What's the genotype for a homozygous tail? So here's the homozygous tall, I'm sorry. So we're talking about height. So homozygous tall would be two uppercases. What's the genotype for heterozygous purple lips? So lip color is right here. Heterozygous would be the uppercase and the lowercase. The genotype for two fangs is recessive, so that would be lowercase, lowercase. Uppercase, lowercase, E. What's the phenotype? They would have the dominant because they have at least one capital, which would be one I. Lowercase l, what is the phenotype? So that one would be green lip color. Big F, what's the phenotype? That would be one fang. Okay. Lastly, these are Punnett squares, and we're going to be working these a lot more tomorrow. So I'll show you how to do them here. These are 2x2 Punnett squares, and they're the most common. Now it says parent number 1 has freckles, which is this parent right here. Parent number 1 has freckles. Parent number 2 is heterozygous for freckles. So they carry the freckle trait, but they're dominant for no freckles, so they're going to be green. So for right now, we just call them parent number 1 and parent number 2. It really doesn't matter what parent is where, mom or dad on the top or the left. So the way it goes is that if you have a capital letter, you're going to write that capital letter first. And if you have a lowercase letter, you're going to write it second. Okay, so that's the only rule for right now. So I've highlighted or shown you where the letters come from. So this big F gets dropped in right here and right here. Okay, this little f gets dropped in right here and right here. Okay, and then these ones just go right here. Okay, so it's the first one done. Number 2 is looking at dimples being dominant and no dimples being recessive. So parent number 1 is heterozygous for dimples. Parent number 2 is homozygous for dimples. Complete the Punnett square below. If I have a capital letter, I'm going to write it first. If I have a lowercase letter, I'm going to write that second. Easy as that. Okay. Tall's dominant, short's recessive. Parent number 1 is short. Parent number 2 is homozygous, tall. Complete the Punnett square below. Capitals are getting written first. Just like that. And here's the last one. Okay. Brown is dominant. Brown eyes are dominant, blue eyes are recessive. Parent number 1 is heterozygous for brown eyes. Parent number 2 is heterozygous for brown eyes. Complete the Punnett square below. So we're going to do that. Now, I'm just going to do this for the sake of visual. So these are both brown, and then these are both blue. Oops. And then we'll go ahead and fill it in. Okay, so we have big B, big B, big B, little b. So the color eyes that this one would be brown. The parent, the possible eye color for this one would be brown. The eye color for this one would be brown, but the eye color for this one would be blue. So this is interesting because you could have both parents with a brown eye phenotype, and they could have a kid that has blue eyes phenotype, even though neither parent had blue eyes. They're carriers for that recessive trait of blue eyes. So we'll look at that a little bit more tomorrow.